Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. This is Brad Cartwright with Econ Course Companion, and today we're going to take a look at how to show normal profit in the perfect competition market structure. Something that's pretty simple and quite frankly is probably the easiest of the profit questions you could get on an IB exam. So let's take a look. All right, well, here we go. Check it out. Of course, we're working in the market structure of perfect competition. And I took these diagrams from Jocelyn Blink, who, of course, is the author of an excellent course companion for IB Economics. And here the question says, hey, show normal profit in the short run for perfect competition. Okay, so how would we go about doing that? Well, the same way we've gone about it in every other video that I've shown profit in, whether it be Monopoly or oligopoly, monopolistic competition, or in this case, perfect competition. The difference is, of course, in perfect competition, right, the firms are price takers. And so what that means, here's the firm, is that they have to take a price from somewhere because they don't get to choose their price. They're price takers, not price makers. So we got to account for that. And the way we account for that is we show where they get the price from, which is from the industry, okay? So in order to do that, we show a basic demand and supply diagram with a market equilibrium price of P and a quantity of Q. And because this is what the market is dictating, this is the price that all firms must take in perfect competition. And good examples of these would be commodity markets or a foreign exchange market. So therefore, price is perfectly elastic because these people, these firms in this market space cannot choose their prices. They have to take it. So therefore, demand, average revenue, and margin revenue are all equal, and they are all perfectly elastic. And if that doesn't make sense to you, go back and check out the earlier videos. Okay, so imagine if we'd only had this green line here, right? The price demand curve, average revenue curve, margin revenue curve. Then what we do is we come back and boom, draw the marginal cost curve. And once we draw the marginal cost curve, there's a very important output level that we would receive by that intersection, which is output of Q. And Q is where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. Of course, it equals average revenue and demand because they're all really one and the same line. But I like to think of these as three separate lines written on top of one another, right? So where MC equals MR, we arrive at this quantity right here. And this quantity for us is very important because it is that quantity, right? This Q, where the firm knows that it has the biggest chance of maximizing its profit. It's known as the profit maximizing level of output. And that output level will give them the best chance of making profit. Now, in this case, we've been asked for normal profit. So to show normal profit, that means that this price quantity combination will just cover the average total cost of the firm. So we know in order to show normal profit in the short run for a firm operating in the market structure of perfect competition, all we need to do is draw the average cost curve or average total cost curve, same thing, tangential so that it hits right there, right? We know that the average cost curve, the lowest point must always be on the marginal cost curve no matter where it is. In this case, the lowest point of the marginal cost curve is also the tangential point to the demand curve, which is price and the marginal revenue. It's all happening together, right? So normal profit equals when average cost curve is equal to price, or when AC equals P. And that's pretty cool. And one of the things that's also cool is, check it, it's also representative of the long run equilibrium in perfect competition. Check it out. Yeah, check it. It's the same exact curve we just drew. So if you're asked a question for long run equilibrium and perfect competition, the end of the story is always the same in for any firm that is operating in the market structure of perfect competition. The end of the story is that everybody makes their money. There's profits for everyone, but they're normal, which means that all the costs are covered. And basically, if you think about it, this point right here has got a lot of meanings. It's not only is this where MC equals MR, that will give you the profit maximizing level of output, but actually where MC equals AR is the allocatively productive point on this whole curve, and there's more. This is also the break-even point for firms. Okay, so there's a lot here, and in the long run, the end of the story, as I always tell my students here in Santiago, in perfect competition, the end of the story is perfectly normal profits. And in perfect competition, the end of the story in the long run is perfectly normal profits. Okay? Coolio, my friends. I hope that is as simple and as clear as possible. And I hope that you found this video to be helpful. Be good to one another out there, my friends, and we'll talk to you in a bit.